Okay, so this is the job list activity fragment. It'll show you all the hiring jobs at the moment. Each view holder shows all the pertinent information about a job. So we have the title of the job over here. And then we have the employer name over here, the location of the job, the start date of the job, and the hourly salary. And that goes for every single job that's showing. Each job type is color coded to their own specific color. So as far as I know, cleaning is what were they? They were cleaning jobs are white, landscaping is red, and so forth and so on. Babysitting or stuff like that, it's yellow. So at the top, we have a drop-down spinner menu that will filter out all the jobs that will be listed over here by job type. So if we want to see like landscaping summer jobs only, it'll only show landscaping summer jobs. And then if you wanted to see all the jobs, go back to no type, and so forth and so on. These are all the ones that we have listed. So if we go back, everything that's listed over here can be seen through Google Maps view. And it'll only show whatever your chosen filter is. So if you want to only see Hitman jobs on the map, you would filter out Hitman, and then you would click on the map view button. But for now, I'll just show you all the jobs. So I want to see all the jobs, and I will click map view. This will launch the maps fragment. And hold on, we have a couple over here. Oh, that's not nice. There you go. So we have 4 of them over here, or a few at least. We have 2 of them over here and 1 on Point Claire. So these are just map markers of the job locations that we saw previously in the list. So these are clickable. If you click them, it'll bring up the job and the job description activity. This will be explained a bit later. But it'll show you the job description activity where you can apply for the job. Likewise, you can click that back button I just did over there to go back to this job list activity. Also, all of these view holders of the jobs can be clicked, and if you don't want to see them in the map to access the job description activity, you could just simply click on a job over here, and it'll bring you to that same page that we saw earlier. I'll click the back button again. Alright, same thing, and then if you go down the bottom right corner, there's this plus sign where since you're also a user and an employer, you could create a job by clicking that plus button and then creating one over here, which will be explained just now.
Okay, so now we're in the job making activity. So this is going to be where you're going to fill in all of the information for a job, including the job title, the job type. You have the drop down to let you choose whichever one you want, and if we don't have one that specifically describes what you want, you'll go for the other. You'll have the job description, the location, which you're going to fill out, and that will connect to the maps and let people know where it is. Then there's the job duration, so you can click on one of these and pick which date you want it to start at. Say, I don't know, we're going to start in a few days. How about New Year's Eve? Okay, and then it's going to end on the 9th. So that's a good duration. And then you're going to fill out the hours per week, you're going to fill out the salary and the number of positions, and it won't let you finish until you've filled out every category. Then if you click back, let's just go check out one of the job descriptions. So here's just all the information for a regular job. And we check the rating for the employer so that people know if the employer is trustworthy, and you'll see the number of people that have applied for it and the number of positions that are open per job. So that's going to be kind of useful for just understanding, what your position is for trying to get into the job. Then the edit button, if you're the owner of the job, you're going to be able to see the details of the job and modify them yourself. But if you're not the owner of a job, let's go to Jimmy Fubar, you're going to have the option to apply for the job. So if you click the application, you'll see that you have now applied for the job. And that's going to be it. So if you own the job, you can see the applicants, and this will be explained a little bit later. And if you own it, you can edit the job. So that's about the difference for those two fragments of if you own it or if you don't. Now I'm just going to show I'm going to show that when you click on the employer, you're going to go to the employer profile of whoever you click on. And if I remember well, I'm currently logged in as Billy Bucko, and this will bring you to an extra where you can pick your own picture from your gallery. That's going to be described a little bit later by Josh. What else do we have connected to this? Right, so you saw earlier that I did an application to, I believe it was this job. And what happens when you apply is that Jimmy Fubar is now going to get an application request from me, and he's going to get the notification in his account. So the next time that he logs in, he's going to get that notification. So that's about it. Okay, so we're just going to start from here. Still signed in as Billy Bucko. You have my application that I just made. And what it does is, if we go back to the login screen, and now we log in as Jimmy Fubar, which I just copied. It's Superman9342. And if I just paste that again into the password, because it's the same thing, we're going to sign into his account, and then we get the notification saying that someone has just applied for his job. And that's it. So that's how notifications work.
So here I'll walk you through the See Applicants dialog fragment, which is simply a little dialog fragment that allows the employer, which is only available to the employer, and allows the employer to sort through the applicants that have applied for a job of his. So once you click through See Applicants, you have 3 actions that you can do: keep, refuse, and finalize. Keep basically keeps a user that you have selected, and it'll get rid of all the other unselected users. If I go keep, it'll keep John Smith. Once you click on the X button, which is simply a close, it doesn't save any of the actions you've done in that small session. And now I'll demonstrate refuse. Refuse will get rid of the selected user. You refuse, and boom, 2 of them gone. You can close again and See Applicants again, and it'll show you the people that you previously just refused or kept. Now, let's say you want to get rid of Kyle. You looked at his profile and you don't like what you see. You refuse Kyle. Now over here is going to be the next sorting you do, but you don't know yet. You want to save it for later. You don't want to make your final decision right now. So you can save this, and it'll save your choices for later. So you'll see applicants, and now you have the previously 2 that you had left. Finally, what the finalize button does is simply when the number of positions open, you have one job position open, and the number of workers left in the applicants are the same, it'll show you the finalize button enabled. That means that the job that's left is the worker that's left is gonna be the worker that is chosen for the job. But before I do that, I would also like to show you that you can navigate to their profile pictures. Now, before I do that, I want to be sure that to tell you that once we open it up, it only shows the currently logged in user. At first, we had it working properly, but once we got login incorporated and we needed the current user, we hard coded the worker profile side by putting in the current user instead of taking it from the intents. This is we didn't realize this before submission, but because we thought we had it bulletproofed. But on the dialog fragment side, we send in the clicked on user. It's just on this side we hard coded it and put the currently logged in user from the current user class. But anyways, if you look at the code, the intent sends in the right one. We just didn't fully test it upon submission. Anyways, so once you refuse this person, you can finalize John Smith. He'll be your worker for your job. Finalize him, and boom, finalize worker, sends in the notifications, which we'll see in a bit. So over here I'll be showing you how the user profile works. From the main menu, you can open up the user profile of the currently logged in user. Once you open it up, you'll see his name, profile picture, and his job history. You can wish to order his job history from the spinner at the top over here. And you can also wish to switch profiles and go to his employer profile activity, which will show you his past work experience that he's posted as an employer. On job clicks, you can go ahead and it'll take you to the job description activity. Over here, he can wish to edit or see applicants, which we'll go into further detail in a bit. He can turn off his past jobs view, show and hide them. You can switch profiles again, go to the worker profile, and navigate to maybe the job description pages of one of these jobs that have been posted. Over here, he can't edit or see applicants, but he can look at the job description. From the worker profile, he can also wish to edit his profile over here. So once he clicks his profile picture, he'll be taken to select a photo that he has in his gallery. Earlier I opened up the camera and took a picture. You can do so and pick whichever picture you'd like. Once it's selected, it'll go open up as profile picture. So yeah, that's about it for the worker profile.
So in this one, I'm shaking the phone, and it's going to open up a random job in the job listing. So if you're on the job listing, as you see, I shake, and it opens. Then I press back, and I shake again, and it's going to open again.